Alright then, before this video begins, I'd like to make it clear to all of you that I am not yet off of my hiatus. This is just a one video I decided to do for fun, partially because some other videos inspired me, and partially because I told two people I'd be making this video, and I don't want to sound like I was spouting out hot garbage. So, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys when I eventually get my own place, or a place where I'm alone more often. Enjoy the show. What's up, YouTube? It's your Lord and Savior King D353 here, and what do you know? I'm out of the void for a temporary period of time. But why am I here? Well, you see, about 2 months ago, Birdkeeper Toby made himself a video. That video was his evil Pokemon team. Now, 2 months ago, what took me so long? This must be a magnum opus of epic proportions. God, no it isn't. God, no. Essentially, I didn't actually watch Birdkeeper Toby's video. I did not care about it at the time, and so I never actually watched it. Rather, what happened was, 3 weeks ago, Lockstin of Noggin posted the same video on his channel, and I was curious to see what someone with the intellect of Lockstin could think of. And he thought of, honestly, a really great idea. Granted, there were some flaws, one of which I'll actually go on later in my own video, but it was actually pretty entertaining to see, and it's actually Lockstin's video that made me decide, screw it, I'm going to make this video. Extremely late, as you can see, but I'm going to make this video. So, for all of you lovely people who can put up with my bullshit, welcome to my own evil Pokemon team, and no, I feel no shame in reusing Toby's art, because I have no talent, and besides, I'm evil. Let's get into this. So first of all, my team is going to be called Team Heroes. Team Heroes revolves around vigilante justice, and, well, the concept of justice in general. We bring justice to the justless. We put people away who were a danger to others, and we try to make our region a much safer place. This region obviously won't be a pre-existing region, but if we were to be in a pre-existing region, I suppose it would make the most sense for us to be in Kalos, perhaps? Or in Unova, since yin and yang dudes kind of match the concept of justice if you think about it. But that is beside the point. The costume our grunts will be wearing will be similar to the costume that you see here. Obviously, I'm not an artist, so these are not the exact costumes. We will be wearing shirts similar to the shirts you see these heroes here wearing, but ours will be black because we're an evil team and we need darker colors to represent that. The cape will either be blue or red, that is undecided, and we may or may not add some type of shoulder pads to the sides to give it more of a cooler, royal feeling to it. They will wear masks just as they do in the picture to protect our identities, and their pants will be black. The men will not have tights on the outside as seen here, and the women will not be wearing skirts. The men will have black pants, and the women will have black panties or leotards, whatever it is that Wonder Woman wears. And yes, for anyone who wants to call me sexist for wanting to have the women in panties, shut up. The literal feminist superhero wears them, so I don't care what you have to say. Moving on. So the Pokemon that the grunts of my team will be known to use are the Ponyard line, the Zubat line, and the Gardevoir line, with the exception of Gardevoir herself. You will not see any Gardevoirs along my grunts for reasons that will be implied later on. That aside, that's all to say about my grunts, so let's move on to the important part. The admins. Now, I technically should be thanking Lockstin for this because he actually did have an effect on what I did with my admin team. One of the few flaws I found in his team was that I felt they were too all-encompassing. It felt like they oversaturate the game with their team. That's when I fought back and realized, in my personal opinion at least, all the best teams of the most standout admins only had 3 admins. Giovanni stood out, he was on his own. Magma and Aqua's admin stood out, they were on their own and then became a group of 3 in the future games. Galactic, despite it being literally in my favorite generation, I barely remember the personality. Actually, I don't remember the personality traits of their admins at all. I don't want to ramble on too much, but basically, I realized that 3 is the magic number. So, I'm going to have a trio. A Triforce, if you will, of admins. No, it's not literally a Triforce. They don't all match the states of the Triforce. But the point is, there are 3 admins to my group. A small amount that everybody will stay memorable and just stick to your mind for a bit. Those admins are as follows. The first admin will be Luna. For those of you who don't remember Luna, Luna is the co-host of a podcast called the Skypecast that I believe died. She also temporarily worked for my channel before we simultaneously fired and quit at the same time. That aside, Luna is the first admin to my team. Now, Luna, as portrayed in the story, not in real life, well, honestly, the story versions of these characters are going to be based off of their real life people to an extent. Story Luna is a moody teenager. She's bored with life, just hates everything, as moody teenagers do, just doesn't care about anything at all. And as she finds out that her foolish friend Dwayne wants to start up an evil a heroic organization to protect the masses and try to make the world a better place, well, she's got nothing better to do. Maybe she'll find some interesting people to play with. So she'll happily join King, and yes, everybody will call me King when they're part of my group. She'll happily join King in his crusade to try and make the world a better place. It might be interesting, and it'll give her something to do. Luna's role in the group is that of a martyr? Not a martyr. Martyrs die. She's a symbol of sorts. She's a rallying point for the group to get behind. For the group mostly consists of the weak-minded, white-knighted idiots, moody teenagers, and just people who have a desperate need to make a difference. Luna, as a young, innocent woman, quote-unquote, ruined and hurt by the world, makes a perfect rallying part for them, someone they'd want to protect and serve. Her design will also match this, as she'll not only act as the general of sorts, but she'll also be a princess of sorts, in a nice gothic Lolita garb, similar to the ones that you see in this picture here. I more thought of it to be a black with dress of a golden trim, but the dress we see here will work just as fine. The point is, she has a look of elegance and childish fun to her, while still being moody and I hate everything. With the reasoning for Luna out of the way, let's move on to our next admin. Our next admin is my brother Cecil. Also based off his real-life counterpart, the video game Cecil doesn't care much for the world. Pokemon are enslaved, everyone's a bigoted idiot, and the world's just plain garbage. But sadly, there's not much the average person can do about it. All they can do is do what they can to survive and maybe try to find their way to the top echelons of society. But what's this? My foolish little brother wants to try to start a revolution of some sorts? A group to fix this? Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not how the world works. However, if the spark to change starts off my little brother fucking things up, why not? So, Cecil's role in the group is that of the scientist, researcher, and right hand to myself. Cecil will essentially research Pokemon in his free time, as well as looking into the technologies of other evil teams to see how they can assist us in making the world a better place. After all, if we can take the worst of the worst and turn them onto the side of good, that would just be glorious, wouldn't it? The final admin is, unsurprisingly, myself. Now, I obviously will not be wearing the outfit you see before you because this is more of a main character outfit. I'll likely be wearing a trench coat of some sort, shades, and just be all in black, most likely. But that's beside the point. You're not here to find out what my fashion sense is. You're here to figure out my mindset and why I made this group. And it's simple. I want to make the world a peaceful place. I want to get rid of all the darkness and sadness in this world. And hopefully, under my leadership, Team Heroes can do this. Now, you know all the admins. You know their motivations. Should I just give their Pokemon and move on? No. Now, we move on to story time. Now, I'm going to be straight with you guys. I'm no literary genius, so this isn't some perfect story encompassing everything. If anything, this is a rough draft story. I could have taken more time to elaborate on it, but I'm already 3 weeks into this. If I nitpick any more, this video is going to be held up for like another month or two. And I'm not going to hold up another month or two for something that I know is going to be flawed nonetheless. So, hopefully you guys can enjoy this little story I put together, encompassing what you will do with my team in your journey as a Pokemon Master. So, your first encounter team will come in the 2nd or 3rd city of the game. After you've done your little healing at the Pokemon Center, I assume you healed at the Pokemon Center. If you didn't, you're an idiot. Passing the Pokemon Center, a teacher will run up to you. "Are you a Pokemon trainer?" she will ask. "We are in desperate need of your help. There is this mad woman at my school, and we need her dealt with now." So, you follow this teacher to the schoolyard. There, you see one single woman staring down the entire kindergarten class and 2 other teachers. It's then revealed to you that this woman is, surprise, surprise, Luna. Luna has defeated everyone there, children and adults alike, with 1 Pokemon. But that's not the problem. Her being a good trainer, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is why Luna's there. She is there to steal one of the children's Pokemon because she feels the child has not been taking adequate care of the Pokemon. Now, taking adequate care of a Pokemon is important. However, stealing from a child, obviously you're not going to let that happen. So you challenge Luna. Luna is annoyed by your presence. You're going to stop me from helping a Pokemon away from someone who doesn't want to take care of him. I don't have time for this. Alright, fine. You want to fight me? So be it. But if you're going to be annoying, at least be entertaining. Let's do this. And as such, you run into your first battle with one of my team members. Not a grunt, but you immediately run into one of the admins. You are battling Luna. Luna's lead Pokemon is her Baynet. Now, Bayonet's by no means her weakest Pokemon. In fact, Bayonet is her ace Pokemon. But the reason you fight Bayonet first is because Bayonet is, well, story-wise, the one Pokemon that sweeped everyone. So, although normally in a Pokemon battle, the ace is last and the lead is the weakest Pokemon, for this battle, and this battle only, for storytelling purposes, she leads off of her Bayonet. You will defeat her Bayonet, probably difficultly, because, you know, Bayonet's a non-evolved Pokemon, this is relatively early in the game, and after you have a tough time beating her Bayonet, you will curb stomp her much weaker Wurmple. Upon beating Luna, she won't know how to respond. It's annoying that you got in the way, but at the same time, that was actually kind of fun. When is the last time someone's actually given me a challenge in battle? That was almost exciting. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll let the kid keep his Pokemon, and he better take better care of it. I will let you slide this one time, because you entertained me, but the next time we meet, it won't be so cordial. With that, Luna will take her leave. Later on, after you've gathered a few more badges, you will run into a town in which you will hear that a Tauros ran amok earlier in the week. But something's wrong. The Tauros went back into the forest and hasn't bothered us since, but some weird guys in suits went in the forest after it. I mean, yeah, the Tauros wrecked our stuff, but it's kind of concerning. Can you check and see what happened to the poor animal? Because That's just how the world works. Humans are evil creatures and animals can do no wrong. We must protect the poor, innocent Tauros that destroyed everything. So, you go off into the forest, and unsurprisingly, my grunts are there. The Team Hero grunts, this will be your first encounter of them, of course, will try to stop you from entering the forest, telling you that the forest is currently occupied and that you can enter it after we've completed our task. You, of course, are not having this. You defeat them, and you enter into the forest yourself. As you enter the forest and get deeper and deeper in, you find Luna talking to Cecil. Luna and Cecil are discussing that the Tauros is up ahead, and she sees you approaching. Luna will then tell Cecil about you, and that you are somebody who looks to stand in her way, again, as you did when you tried to liberate that poor defenseless Pokemon from that idiotic kid. Cecil will say, well, you take care of him, and I will go ahead and get rid of the Tauros. This is my specialty after all. So, Cecil leaves up ahead, and you have round 2 with Luna. Luna will go on to state how annoyed she is of today. I mean, first, her Wurmple, that she wanted to turn to a beautiful, poisonous, deadly Dustox, becomes this stupid butterfly, and now you're here to mess with my plans again. No, not happening. So, the battle begins, and she leads with the stupid butterfly she was talking about. Beautifly is now her lead, and this time around she has 3 Pokemon. Upon beating Beautifly, you will fight a Gothorita. No, not Gothorita. And it's not Gothitelle either. I don't know the name of their middle stage, but you will fight the middle stage of the Gothorita line. And then you will fight her ace Pokemon, Banette. And of course, you will defeat her, because you are awesome. Upon defeating Luna, she's angry, happy. She doesn't know how to feel. She should be furious with you. You're getting in their way again. But, God, if fighting you isn't fun. No matter. It's too late. Cecil likely got rid of the Tauros already. You won't be able to stop us. She leaves. You move on ahead, and she was correct. Cecil has Tauros in a cage, but he has not yet gotten the cage out of there. You run up, ready to confront Cecil, and he sees you and backs off. I'm not much for battling, and if you can defeat Luna, you'll likely more than stand a chance against me, so be it. If you want this rambunctious and destructive animal, you can have it. He unleashes the Tauros from the cage, and then leaves. At that point, you can of course fight and or capture the Tauros at your leisure. With that out of the way, you won't see our team for a while because, well, we're not after world domination or anything. You're only going to see us when the time calls for it. So, while you have that nice restful moment of going from gym to gym, you'll eventually run across the town that holds this region's Safari Zone. Safari Zone's a nice place. You go in, you relax, you capture some Pokemon, but this is unique because for the first time ever, the Safari Zone will contain a battle. As you get deeper into the Safari Zone, you will happen to run across Cecil. You don't know what Cecil's doing there. All you know is that he's in the Safari Zone, and this is concerning. You saw him with those freaks that were attacking that poor defenseless Tauros, so he can obviously be up to no good. So, as you believe is right, you confront Cecil. Cecil, this time around, decides to oblige you with your battle, and his team consists of a Kadabra, a Muck, and a Magneton that is specifically holding the item Eviolite. Unsurprisingly, you defeat Cecil, but afterwards Cecil has an interesting thing to state. This is quite the intriguing development indeed. You want to pretend that you're the perfect being, the hero, the good guy in all of this, but you're a lot like my brother. I mean, not only do you both think you're in the right, but you're both so quick to act. You don't think about who you're confronting, why you're confronting them, the consequences of confronting them, or even if it's worth the confrontation. Tell me, what did I do for you to want to battle me? I mean, the last time you saw me, I was trying to capture a Tauros. Fair enough, but was that Tauros not a danger? Did it not destroy everything in its path? Do you not capture your own Pokemon on a daily basis? Heck, how did you get the Pokemon you just battled me with? Better yet, how do you know I'm even doing anything wrong in this moment? What did you see me do? All I did was stand in this grass with these wild Pokemon, and you instantly assumed I was in the wrong. You immediately attacked. It's very interesting. With that, Cecil takes his leave. You will not see us again until late in the game, with the 7th or 8th gym, depending on where the grace of the Poké Gods decides to lead me. But either way, as you approach the town for the 7th or 8th gym, my grunts will be holding it off. They will be in the road to the entrance to the city, and they will tell you that the city is currently under occupation. You must wait until we are done with our task, and then we will let you in. Of course, you aren't having any of that, and you battle my grunts and make it past them easily. Upon entering the town, you figure out that, well, yeah, it's under our occupation for the most part. You likely go to the Pokemon Center, which we don't have under occupation because we're not dicks and we know Pokemon need to be healed. You heal up your Pokemon, and then you go on to find out that there's something wrong happening in the gym. You beat 2 more grunts to get into the gym, and upon entering it, you find myself flanked by a Lucario and a Gardevoir. It looks like I just defeated the gym leader in a battle. You will then find out that this gym leader was apparently a Team Rocket grunt, and I'm here to make him pay for his sins. How dare he? All the crimes that his team has done in the past, and he has the nerve to become a gym leader? He doesn't deserve this role. He doesn't deserve to be free. He needs to be brought to justice. And although I could have Luna come in to do this, you're a gym leader. You're a powerful foe. I won't put my men at danger. I'll take care of you myself. And as I'm ready to prepare justice, I notice you. Hello, child. Are you the one I heard that stopped us taking care of the Tauros that was causing a muck in the town back there? I don't know why you're here, or if you're even that child, per se, but one thing's for certain. You shouldn't be here right now. There are things here that's about to happen that a child should not see. So if you would, please leave. Naturally, you don't leave. Now, picking on a child isn't very heroic, so I decide I'll give you a taste of my power. Perhaps scare you away so I don't have to deal with the consequences of doing what I'm going to do in front of you. Of course, it's vague because, you know, it's a Pokemon game rated E for everyone, but you know what's being implied. That aside, we move on to your first encounter with myself. In this battle, I only have 2 Pokemon because, again, out of the kindness of my heart, I only want to scare you off. I only want to give you a taste of my power. My team consists of a Scizor and a Flygon. This Scizor and Flygon will be slightly stronger than the Pokemon the gym leader himself will have, but only slightly. That way the gym still has a bit of oomph to it. This is basically telling you, hey, the gym leader's going to have Pokemon around this level, so good luck with that. That aside, you beat me. Obviously, I'm only losing 2 Pokemon, and you are a Pokemon master in the making. Upon my defeat, there's really nothing I can do about this. I mean, I don't want to be the monster that attacks a child with my strongest Pokemon. What kind of hero would that make me? Fine. If you want this trashy rocket criminal to stay as he is, I will leave him be, for now. But I will be back. And with that, I take my leave. Now, at this point, one of 2 things will happen. You will either talk to the gym leader, or you will encounter your rival after defeating the gym leader. Either way, the conversation will go as such. This cannot be forgiven. This man and his team, they're by no means bad people, but they're such a nuisance. Attacking Pokemon, innocent animals for being slightly misguided, attacking people for the things they did in the past, or the slightest of mishaps. These people are what cause authoritarianism. These people are what cause some of the worst evils in the world. And if we just leave them to their devices, who knows what they'll do in the future? We need to put a stop to them. We need to put a stop to them now. And this is around the part where you will have your final confrontations with me. You guys will learn that people have heard that they always saw Luna coming from the desert before her missions. So, you guys move off to the desert. Why the desert? Well, simple. I always hated how, for some odd reasons, you have to go through mountains, deserts, and snowy paths just to go from city to city, which is ridiculous. So in this region, whatever region this happens to be, the desert isn't going to be some path from a city to city, because let's be real, people don't want to go through deserts to get to another town, especially not 10-year-olds. The desert's rather going to be off to a side somewhere, and you're only going to enter said desert to confront myself. Anyway, you will enter said desert, encounter desert Pokemon, same old. And as you get about halfway through the desert, you will see Luna walking through. Luna will walk up to you and she'll be like, what are you doing? And 2 and 2 will immediately cross together. You've been in our way multiple times already, and now you're suddenly in the desert where nobody really comes because, it's just a desert. And you're suspiciously close to our base. Why are you here? Oh God, you're here after King, aren't you? I don't know why you're here. I don't know what you want for us, but I can't let you go any further. And thus, you have your final battle, in the main story at least, against Luna. In this battle, she will lead off for Beautifly, and she will be flanked by a Gothitelle, Gothitelle, Sableye, and of course, her main Pokemon, her Banette. And naturally, you will defeat her. After you defeat her, she will honestly be quite put back. Every other time was just fun and games. This is serious. You're closing on her friend. She clearly doesn't appreciate you hunting her friend down, but there's nothing she can do about it. She runs in the opposite direction past you to get away from what's about to happen, but as she was saying her ending spiel, something strange happened. Her Beautifly flew behind her. It went back the way she came. Why did it do that? Doesn't matter. You push forward and you find our base, which, as you saw, was a cave. Now, there is a reason why it's just a small cave in the desert. That being that I'm no evil mastermind. I'm no genius. I'm no rich boy. I'm just a man who wants to do heroics. I'm no one special. I'm no one big. I don't have this tower or mansion or castle or some magnum opus. I'm just work in a cave. That's just how our team is. We're just a small group of people trying to do good. So naturally, our base won't be super impressive. This is also a reference to the Bat Cave and the Arrow Cave. The normal superhero hideouts. Someplace small and secluded. That aside, you will enter the cave and you will defeat some grunts as you enter. About halfway through the cave, you will run into Cecil. Cecil will realize, so this is what the commotion was. I don't know why you're here, but I require you to leave. Something actually quite interesting happened. The last time we had our battle, it was literally so intense that one of my Pokemon actually involved and threw off my strategy a bit, but don't worry. A true mastermind always has a backup strategy. Now it's time for your final battle against Cecil. Cecil's team will now consist of an Alakazam, his Kadabra has evolved, the same muck as before, a Chansey, now holding the Eviolite that was once held by a Magneton, and a Magnezone, once again Cecil's ace, and now with less of a defensive strategy and more of a strategy of losing its weaknesses of Magnet Rise and then lock on Zap Cannoning you into an early grave. That aside, you will fight Cecil and you will defeat him. At this point, when you get back to the overworld, it's no longer just a regular cave, but you notice that there's going to be an animation on screen. You will start to see rubble falling from the top of the cave. All these battles that you're having is starting to break the cave apart, because again, this isn't some big building meant to take Pokemon battles. It's just some dinky little cave, and it's starting to collapse under all these battles. Cecil, realizing that this is bad and that we need to get out of here, he will have the grunts hold you off as he runs back to get me. You will, of course, defeat the grunts, and as you enter the back room, you will hear Cecil returning his Magnezone. The implication, of course, being that we just battled, and I won. As you enter, you will see that I'm there with Cecil, and for some reason, the Gardevoir and Lucario that were flanking me before are no longer with me. Weird, but it doesn't matter. It's a small detail. Maybe they just forgot to program it in. Who knows? Who cares? The point is, Cecil's talking to me. The cave's crumbling around us, and let's be real, we haven't been doing anything of worth anyway. We need to get out of here now before things go bad. No, I can't do that. Someone is coming in here trying to impede justice. This world is a horrible, sickeningly dark place. So many wrongs in it, so many bad people getting ahead when they shouldn't. What kind of hero would I be if I just ran away when someone trying to impede justice comes here? What kind of hero would I be if I just gave up? Of course, Cecil will try to point out to me that I'm being a delusional idiot, and the cave is literally caving in around us. I'm aware of that. Don't worry. I will defeat the intruder before the cave caves in, and then I will leave. Cecil at this point can do nothing. He's already lost to me. He can't force me out, so he sighs, and he leaves, walking past you as you walk up to me. When you actually get to me, I'll give some spiel about how the world's a dark, gloomy place. All I want to do is make it better, before likely being told how I'm misguided and how I'm ruining things by whoever's coming in with you. But that doesn't matter. This is just a rough draft, and dialogue can be finalized never, because this is never actually going to happen story-wise. But the point of the matter stays. My misguided heroism has hurt people and Pokemon alike, and you're here to stop me. And as the cave kills in around us, giving us just the slightest tinge of extra drama, our battle, final battle, begins. In this match, I will once again lead off with my Scizor. The other team members will be the Flygon you fought earlier, a Baysharp, a Blaziken, and my ace Pokemon, a Charizard. And, of course, you will defeat me. After you do curb stomp me, and the cave is closing in around us, you and me will retreat the cave before it completely collapses in on itself and is no longer accessible for the rest of the game. With the cave now officially destroyed, I am, unsurprisingly, taken away. Now, it's questionable what would happen to me at this point, because it's a Pokemon game. Pokemon games normally don't have, like, jails and the like. But if this Pokemon game has a jail, I am in jail. If this Pokemon game doesn't have a jail, then I am working with the officers of the world, because I was simply just a misguided guy who wants to bring justice to the world, so why not let me bring justice on a more peaceful scale? So, while I either work for the cops or being held by the cops, and while everybody's looking for the now gone Cecil and Luna, you go on to defeat the League, as you should, because you are a Pokemon Master. In the post-game, there are 2 new things that you can do with my team. The first thing, of course, is finding out what happened to me. If you return to where the police station is, or where the police trainers are, you can talk to them to find out that something happened. While you were off battling the League, and they were tending to me, a Gardevoir suddenly appeared and teleported away with me. I'm now gone, and nobody knows where I am. They're searching for me, but they're having no luck in doing so. Okay, that's strange. The leader of the other team is gone. We don't know where he is, but okay, that's another mystery for another game. Continuing your post-game adventures, you will then go to this game's equivalent of the Battle Frontier, whether that be an island or a city off to the side. As you go in there, you will eventually find the House of Luna. Upon entering the house, Luna will converse with you. Don't worry, I'm no longer a member of Team Heroes. King has disappeared, and naturally, with him gone, nobody else knows what to do. We'll still do what we can to try to make the world a better place on our own, but we won't be all weird superhero-y cult about it anymore. You know, you really are kind of annoying, you know that? All we want to do is make the world a better place, make it a little less garbage, and you just had to stop it because reasons, but C'est la vie, I suppose. If there's one thing that was good about you, is that you're one of the only 2 people to actually give me a challenge. The other person, of course, being King. But now I no longer have him to fight with. You, as my guest in my house at this point, could at least give me the honor of one last entertaining battle. What, do you think there's nothing to gain from battling me? I was going easy on you before. We had rules in place that made things more difficult for us. This time, you'll see my real power. And thus, you have your post-game battle against Luna. Why do you have a post-game battle against her? Because I feel, as the weakest admin, you're naturally going to see her as weak, and I don't want that. I want all of the admins to see her as powerful in their own right. So Luna has this post-game battle to give her legitimacy. In this battle, she will be using her Beautifly as her lead, as usual. Her other Pokemon will include a Gothitelle, again, a Sableye, again, a Galvantula, a new addition to her team, an Umbreon, a new addition to her team, and a Mega Bayonet? After you defeat her, her dialogue will be as such. What? What do you mean, since when can I Mega Evolve my Bayonet? I could always do that. Oh, are you confused by the fact that I haven't done it before? Well, like I told you before, we are a team that revolves around being heroic and doing the right thing. And Cecil's research found that, apparently, Mega Evolution hurts Pokemon. See? You didn't care enough to learn that, did you? But we did. Upon learning that, King then decided to say that Mega Evolution is no longer allowed for the team. We can do right without harming our Pokemon to get our goals done. And so, nobody on the team, including King himself, was allowed to Mega Evolve our Pokemon. You may think you defeated us, but you never defeated any of us at our true strength. Well, any of us except me, obviously, because, well, here we are. But, well done. It was really fun fighting you. Maybe we can fight again sometime. Oh, and you should probably stop breaking into people's houses. So, with that, your battle against Luna is done, and you move on, because there's nothing else to do. But, now you have some new information. Not only do you know that Luna was stronger than Celadon, but now you know that I was stronger than Celadon too. I mean, not only did you not actually fight my Lucario or my Gardevoir, you also now know that I was capable of Mega Evolution. I was capable of a lot more power than I actually showed you, so have you really defeated me? But for now, it doesn't matter. This is the end of this game, and there's no more mention of my team. Whether I see my team again or not depends on whether we have a sequel, but who knows. So, that is the end of our little journey. I hope you all enjoyed this video, which was really late in the making. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see all of you beautiful people next time. Deuces, YouTube.